Welcome to the Philantrepreneur Show, hosted by Dr. Victoria Boyd, designed to offer tips, strategies, and insights to empower nonprofits and entrepreneurs with sustainable win-win solutions. The Philantrepreneur Show is sponsored by the Philantrepreneur Foundation, building capacity through education and professional services.
Well, good morning and welcome. This is Dr. Victoria Boyd, President and founder of the Philantrepreneur Foundation and editor of the Philantrepreneur Journal. And as usual, I am thrilled to bring tips, strategies, and insights for the business and nonprofit sectors. And in mentioning tips, I've come across some great projects and people lately. Have you? We're always looking for valuable content for today's entrepreneurs and nonprofits. Please visit our website and send us an inquiry on being a guest because we'd love to hear from you. And speaking of radio shows, a few weeks ago I was on Guy Dawson's PR Connections, and the host was Sheryl Greenblatt. What a dynamic lady. You're going to love her if she's on the show today. We just sort of hit it off immediately as we had sugar running down our front from the beignets and things. Anyway, we won't talk about that. We were looking very professional. But we hit it off immediately. And what I discovered was her involvement with a great organization, Hearts Alive Village, and how she has a passion for animals. I mean, it just really comes through when she talks about it. You know, her whole energy just explodes. Her organization was also the recipient of the Philantrepreneur Foundation Capacity Building Award for our Impact Learning 2015 conference, which was just last week. So I actually got an opportunity to spend 3 days with her and a couple of her board members, and it was a great experience. And I had a great opportunity to learn more about what they're doing, and it's really already a philantrepreneur model. So I'm really excited and invited Sheryl on the show. So let me welcome Sheryl Greenblatt, Director of Communications. I need to fix that. If you're the Director of Communications, I need to speak clearly. Anyway, she's Director of Communications and Cuddling for Hearts Alive Village and the host of a brand new radio show, Something to Chew On, I love that name, which airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Vegas All-Net Radio channel. Welcome, and before we talk about Hearts Alive Village and your work with them, first, let our listeners get to really know a little more about you. Tell us about your background and how you made your way to Nevada. I'm sure that's a great story.
Sure. Victoria, thank you so much for having me on. I'm really excited about this. I am originally from New York, and I actually have a background in forensic psychology, which is, as it turns out, I think that's Latin for can't get a job in this field.
Sorry.
And it's interesting, great schooling. But I moved to North Carolina with my ex-husband, and we were out there for about 2 years, and, well, he's my ex-husband. I've got family out in Las Vegas, and I moved out here with my dog, and that was my journey to Vegas, and I've never looked back. I absolutely love it here.
That's fantastic. I mean, most of the people that, what I call, find their way here, once they get here, we do love it. You know, I've been here about 14 to 15 years, and it's home now. So about how long have you been here?
I'm going on about 8 years.
Okay, so you're a veteran now. Yeah.
I'm practically a native at this point.
You're now native. Sorry, you have to give up all those other connections. Too bad. But, okay, when I met you, it was so obvious that animals are your passion. And as Director of Communications for Hearts Alive Village, tell us a little about when it was founded and what is its mission.
So the organization was founded about 2.5 years ago. Christy Stevens is the mother of Kendall, who was about 10 years old, and she had to write an assignment for school. And that assignment was, if you could have any dream come true, what would it be? And Kendall said that she wanted to start an animal rescue that would save everything from dogs and cats to pigs and goats, and she would name it Hearts Alive Village. And Christy had the opportunity to read this at the end of the year, and when she asked Kendall, is this something you really want to do? Kendall said, yeah, but I know it's going to be too hard. And that really, just stabbed Christy in the heart and was like, I don't want my daughter to grow up thinking that dreams are too hard. And she started this rescue, and now we joke around with Kendall that this is all her fault. Our mission is basically to save, well, actually, you know what, Victoria, you helped us retool our mission statement. So it might be officially changing to saving all animals, no matter what. Is that how you did it?
Yeah.
It was better when you said it.
No matter what. Whatever it takes.
No matter what. All right.
Yeah.
You know what? We get them out of the shelters. We try and pull them off of, animal death row, basically. But we also do a lot of work to keep them in their original homes whenever possible. So a lot of owner support programs. We offer pet food, veterinary assistance, training assistance, whatever it takes. That was it.
Whatever it takes.
There you go. Whatever it takes to keep the animals in the home or in a good home.
Yeah, so you're basically multifaceted because, many organizations, they save the animals, but then they try to place them, or, and that's also a good thing. But you take it a step further and actually give those that are either accepting or those that have the animal but are just struggling. You provide what I call that people support that in turn impacts the care of the animal. Just describe some of that people support that you give.
Well, you know what? Very quickly after starting the organization, Christy realized that animals and humans are inextricably linked, and you can't save animals without saving the humans that love them. Mm-hmm. And she, before I came along, we had done a couple of shelter intervention days. And that was going to stand outside of the shelter and saying to people that were about to surrender their animals, what can we do for you to go home right now with your animal as part of your family? And a lot of people were so grateful and, absolutely brought to tears because this was the worst day of their lives. They didn't want to give up their animals. They just didn't see any other options.
Okay.
And
what
we started.
Was it money? Was it, didn't have the funds to feed them or the space?
Right.
I'm gathering data here.
You know what? Some people can't afford a pet deposit. They're renting a place, and the rental place it's going to be $200 to keep your animal here, and they just don't have it. For some people, it's just as simple as, maybe the dog is getting into something they shouldn't while the owner's not home, and giving them a crate. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's just these simple little things that are keeping an animal in a home instead of having them end up in a shelter, go through a harrowing experience. Maybe they get adopted out, maybe they don't.
Right. Okay. So it's looking at the bigger picture as to how they get to the shelter beforehand. Yes, it's looking at those that might be there, but you're trying to circumvent even the path of going to the shelter, to be that intermediary, or even to solve the problem before it happens.
Can you say that one more time? Sorry, the connection's a little bad.
Okay, it was you're trying to be preventative so that the homeowners, if they're thinking about or feel that that's their only path, that maybe they should reach out to Hearts Alive Village and see if there's some solution before they have to go to a shelter.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. We want to give them another option.
Okay, so
a
it
lot.
sort of answered my next question, which is what do you do for the animals in Las Vegas? Is there something else that you do besides, this intervention, as I call it, and saving them and supplies and things?
We do a ton, but like you said, we're actually kind of a people rescue also. One of the coolest things is Christy kind of envisioned this holistic approach. So she wants to kind of involve as many people and animals as possible and save as many people and animals as possible. And we've got a residential kind of treatment home for doggies, and mostly cats, but one dog. We call her the bouncer at the cat house. But Christy was looking to see, she can't be in more than one place at a time, although she keeps trying. And we were already working with the women's shelter out here. And she decided, let me see if there's somebody that's gone through the program that could help out and could run this house. And she called up and they recommended this woman, Patty, who had already been through the program and had run out of time and was actually sleeping on a bench right outside the police station for about 2 nights.
Wow.
And Christy called her and, got in touch with her. She went in, swooped her off the street, and Patty's now been running our residential program for 2 years. She takes care of the animals, kind of rehabilitates them until they're ready to be adopted. And, she has a purpose in life now. The animals feel loved, and it's just a nice combination for everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, that's wonderful. I mean, you've expanded the concept into so many phases that really impact, you touch can change someone's life, change animals. So, I know that really speaks to that you talk about cats and dogs, but do you work with other groups or different animals and things like that?
Did you ask about the store? I'm sorry.
Are you focused on just animals, or do you work with other groups?
We're focused on animals, but we just started a veterans program. So we've now kind of teamed up with some people in the Veterans Association, and we offer food and support. We offer, pet deposits, things like that. But we're matching pets from Henderson Animal Shelter with veterans. It's been long proven that animals are amazing in a therapeutic environment. They're great for PTSD, and, they need homes too. So we've been, we take each veteran into consideration. We get to know their personality, and then we find the perfect pet for them, either at Henderson or with one of the animals that we already have. And they live happily ever after.
That's even extended. And even thinking about when you said veterans, I was thinking about Veterans Village. They have that whole facility over there that, with the therapeutic value of animals and things, that might be another connection for you. I'm into making connections with people. But
right.
We're
always looking for more organizations, more groups, and kind of more places to team up with.
That's great, because a while back, I know a group that they have horses, and they were using the horses for therapy with children, getting them rides and how to take care of them. It's really, you're going into a whole other realm beyond just saving the animals. You're having great impact across several different platforms. The work you do in the mission and how in just 2 years, how you've been able to expand on what it is you do. And I was excited because you did come to Impact Learning. So it's crazy. But anyway, but you came, and what I recognized is immediately that Hercules Village is a great model, and it's a social enterprise model, which is all about what the Philantrepreneur Foundation and what we really tried to get nonprofits to see that this is a great model that can be very beneficial to your organization. So what I learned was that you have a pet store and that it's connected to Hearts Alive Village. So is it owned by Hearts Alive? And how does that work? Can you tell us how that all works with the pet store and the organization?
So it's been about 6 months. We opened a pet supply store as part of Hearts Alive Village. So it's not just a store, but it also functions as an adoption center. Okay. And that was because, Christy realized that the past, 2.5 years has been spent really begging for donations. And it makes me laugh because Jean Block was at the conference and, she put her hands out and hunched her shoulders over and said, "Charity, please." And it was very funny because, really that's what we all do is we go around holding our hands out and saying, "Please, we'll take whatever scraps you have." And I love that we're kind of already doing this philantrepreneur model. I think that's pretty cool that I kind of landed in a learning place. But Christy didn't want to spend the rest of her days begging people for money and, taking whatever we could get and applying for grants, which takes hours and hours and days and she realized that there was no way we were going to get to the next level if we didn't have a physical space. Especially with cats, it is very, very challenging to adopt out cats when they're in foster homes. Dogs, it's still difficult, but cats, it's nearly impossible. I think we adopted out one cat in the first year and a half of the organization. Wow. Now we're up to like 20 or 30. Okay. So she created this store, and I have to say handouts were still required, but we had amazing support from the community in order to kind of retrofit the inside of this rental property to meet our needs. And our biggest need was for it to be happy and positive. We did not want anybody to walk in and get that sinking feeling that you get when you go into a shelter.
Yeah.
So we opened this store and adoption center, and all of the proceeds from the store are able to go back into funding the programs that we do every day.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that is truly the social enterprise model. You align what is the business venture with the mission.
Right.
And sure you learn, this is what we do. And just being able to take it to the next level with some of the ideas that came out of the conference. I was just excited that you truly understood and were able to apply some of those things right on the spot. It was fantastic. What I'm hoping is that some of our listeners will see, and I know it's not easy, but it's doable. You've only been up for 2 years, and you've got a viable enterprise actually up and running. Not that you don't need additional funding. We all need additional funding. But you have a consistent flow. So in the pet supply store, how do you get some of your merchandise? Do you act just like a regular retail store and do what is called ordering via consignment from manufacturers and things like that? So how do you stock your store?
It's kind of been a combination of everything. So our first shipment of pet food was actually donated to us, about $4,000 worth of pet food from Nutrisource. Okay. They have been incredibly supportive throughout the years. They are the reason that we have Kendall's Cupboard. And along with At Your Service Pet Supplies, which is out in Henderson, she worked out a deal with them, and we got our first shipment entirely free, which was absolutely amazing because then everything was able to go back into the store. So we obviously sold out of that, and now our pet food and a lot of our treats and toys and things like that are ordered. So we do get a small discount because we are a nonprofit, and the great part is we don't have to charge sales tax, so the customers save right off the bat. But we do have quite a bit of stuff that is donated either from the community or from just different companies that we've reached out to. So we have new, and we also have gently used things.
Okay. So, for example, and in your mind, I have a crate in my for a large dog in my garage that I was trying to figure out what to do. Should I donate it to you?
Absolutely. Yeah, crates are super helpful because, like I said before, sometimes that's the difference between an animal ending up in a shelter or not. So if it's in great, great, great condition, we would sell it and the money would go into our programs. If it's in workable condition, but maybe it's not so pretty, that would likely go to our owner support. And if somebody needed it, that would just kind of be a free thing for them.
Okay, I'll have to make sure you get that because it comes with the bed too.
Absolutely, yeah. No, you know what? We've gotten amazing donations from people, and we have our front of the store is our stuff for sale, and then the back of our store is Kendall's Cupboard. That's all of our owner support stuff, and we have low-income individuals, we have veterans, we have seniors that just will come in, we'll take them into the back, and we'll say, what do you need for your animal?
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to follow up on that. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a real quick commercial break, and we will be back with Sheryl in just a few moments.
The Philantrepreneur Foundation. Build your capacity with our educational programs and professional services. Learn how to be a philantrepreneur. Maximize your social impact and maximize your revenue. Visit thephilantrepreneur.com or philantrepreneurfoundation.org to find services, resources, and training to launch, enhance, or improve your business or nonprofit strategy. While there, sign up to receive the Philantrepreneur Journal digital publication. Today's Philantrepreneur Show tip.
Yes, here's the show tip for today. Just yesterday, I presented training on the attributes and advantages of crowdfunding. And it's not just for nonprofits, it's for anyone. And as you know, crowdfunding has been very popular for some time now. And naturally, the Philantrepreneur Foundation would like your support. However, we want to support the community and build capacity. As the data clearly demonstrates, crowdfunding has become one of the most successful strategies, a concept of working together. So, the Foundation extends an invitation to you to join us in a shared economy, a proactive community where we support each other's financial goals. We are now in the giving season, but also it's time for you and those with projects to dream and take action about developing strategies to accomplish your 2016 goals. Visit our We Share community at http://WeShareCrowdfunding.com/Philan. That's just PHILAN, not the whole word, but it's WeShareCrowdfunding.com/Philan. Click on the orange tab which says Why Join Us. Learn more about building your future in a shared community.
The Philantrepreneur Journal, a quarterly digital publication reaching over 600,000 entrepreneurs and nonprofits. Get targeted exposure to reach your ideal customer with our unique Ads for a Cause, where 50% of the fee goes to support our nonprofit training and services programs. Together, we can make a difference, create impact, and build capacity. Visit thephilantrepreneur.com, Marketing Ads tab for all the details. Mention this show and get a 10% discount.
Okay, welcome back as we continue our conversation with Sheryl Greenblatt of Hearts Alive Village. And just continuing this conversation on the multifacets of Hearts Alive Village and your pet store. But just recently, and when I found it on Facebook, you just started a radio show called Something to Chew On. So how does that fit into your strategies with the nonprofit?
Well, basically, a big part of what I want to convey just to everyone is that even if you can't do everything, you can still do something. And I had a very frustrating conversation with a woman at a pool party. And it's funny because I'm so grateful for this conversation because it really completely changed my view, I think, of the world. But I was telling her that, I work with this animal rescue and it's such a great place. And she's telling me how much she loves animals. But as soon as I brought up the animal rescue, she physically threw her hands up and said, I couldn't do that. And I was very surprised by her adamant response, but she kept going, no, I can't do that. I would take them all home. It would hurt too much. I couldn't rescue an animal. And just kept repeating it. And okay, after a couple of minutes I realized I definitely was not getting anywhere with her. But it was very frustrating, but it made me realize that there is just a huge disconnect between people that love animals but don't think that they can actually do anything to help them. And this show kind of was born out of that idea that maybe you can't go into a shelter. Maybe, you just shut yourself down to that idea and you can't go in and you can't volunteer, you can't rescue from a shelter, but you can still start a donation or a collection at your business. You can still do some administrative work for a local rescue. You can donate money. There's always something that everybody can do. And if we got more people into that mindset, I think we'd all reach our goals, even if it's not animal rescue, but we'd all reach our goals a lot faster. And this show has just been, it's a great platform. I do it in 2 segments. So the first one is pet parenting tips, because we'd all like to be better pet parents and learn how to, spoil our fur babies even more. But then the second half is all about different rescues in the valley, what their needs are, what they're trying to accomplish, and kind of giving them that forum to say, hey, you know what would be really helpful right now? We just need somebody to drive a dog from point A to point B. That's all you have to do. You don't have to foster, although that would be great. We'd love it. But sometimes they just need a ride. It's just been a great way to get all the rescues kind of into one place and give them that ability to talk about their needs and their goals.
Absolutely. Because many individuals, we all have our what I call passionate pain points. And obviously, what you were talking about just found it painful to deal with the rescue side of helping animals. But as you said, there's many windows of opportunity in any nonprofit or cause platform that maybe you can't deal directly with the pain someone else is having because you internalize it too personally and it becomes a pain for you. But there's other ways, and that's a great message to really what I call empower the volunteers and those people that are searching for a way to give but just don't know how. So you're educating on look at different ways because all causes have a lot of different ways that you can support them. And
absolutely.
And it might be just looking at your skill set. Are you really good at doing X, Y, and Z, and supporting and things like that? I'm not a good, what I call, get out and do the day-to-day things, but I can educate. That's where I leave all my skill sets. I could help to do that. And the show really, because it's on regularly, and you have a platform, it can become the go-to resource for finding out different things. That's why I always have a philanthropy tip that we just heard. it has nothing to do necessarily with what the topic on the show is, but it's just tidbits of things that people need to know about, and that come up in my day-to-day life or questions that I get. And so, every nonprofit has several needs. But so are you looking or seeking for specific support at this time? How can people help you right now?
And that's funny. That's the question that I ask every single person that comes on my show. How can people help us? Well, you know what? The easiest way for them is going to be to shop in our store. That's the number one. I always ask people, we don't have everything in our store. We're too small to be able to do that, but we have a lot. So I say, please come and shop in our store. Look to see if we have what you need before you go to a larger store, before you order it online, because you know that you're supporting a cause really directly. The biggest thing that we need right now is fosters. Our cats live in the adoption center. We have a cat cottage for them. However, our dogs, we always want to keep them in foster homes. It's better for their mental health, and we get to learn a little bit about the dog's personality, any quirks that they might have, anything we might need to work on. But it's so important because we can't save a dog or any animal actually. We can't save an animal unless we have a solution for them. Even if it's a temporary foster home, we just don't have anywhere to put them. So foster homes are absolutely, they're the backbone of our organization. And it's really just, I know people think, I can't afford it, I can't do this, I can't do that. But the rescue pays for everything. We cover all of the food. We cover any medical expenses that might come up during their stay. Basically, the family is providing a warm bed or couch or wherever your animals sleep, and a loving family for a period of time. That's pretty much it.
And most people, like you said, think that, taking in fosters is a lot of work. If you're familiar with keeping animals, you know what level of work it is. But, still, just think of the value you're adding by just saying, okay, I have a home that, temporarily can take this until we find what's that, as they say, a forever home for the cats and dogs and things like that. That's great. Especially that you also provide them all of the supplies. Because I'm thinking of a lot of seniors that really could benefit from just the companionship. But again, because they're fixed incomes and things like that, just might not have the finances to support it. But that might be another great connection for you in doing foster homes, to look at some of the senior communities and places that you could replace it. Hey, I'm thinking for you out the box.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's this whole experience has been thinking out of the box, because you really have to. It's just finding those creative ways to incorporate and get everybody involved in it, because animal rescue, it's hard. I'm not going to lie and say that it's a walk in the park. We cry a lot. It is very emotionally challenging. But seeing a family that's been brought together, it makes everything absolutely worth it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Your success points just totally wipe out all of the other pains that might come with the job, as they say. Absolutely. I can see it because, I'm an animal lover and, know how much joy they brought to me. And I just want to say that, you're a great example of aligning your mission of Hearts Alive Village to create a true social enterprise venture which supports and provides unrestricted funding. And I hope some of our listeners, especially the nonprofits, see what potential their own organizations could have in just exploring this model, just looking at how you can take that idea, that cause, and actually create something that's valuable in the community across the board. Excuse me. And also, I mean, if they want more information, I mean, you are a wealth of information, especially with the show and the tour and just the organization.
Thank you.
I know they can reach out to you, but also, I mean, they can reach out to me because at the Philantrepreneur Foundation, we're going to be taking organizations through the entire social enterprise concept and how to develop that model. But with all of the information you have, what notes do you have, or takeaways for our listeners in terms of just animals and the welfare and Hearts Alive Village?
There's just a ton of resources on our website, which is havlv.com for Hearts Alive Village Las Vegas. That's the best way to learn more about us and about what we're doing. Or just stop into the Adoption Center. We're at 1750 South Rainbow Boulevard, unit number 4, and we are in the Wiener Schnitzel parking lot. It's just south of Charleston. We're there 7 days a week from 10 to 5. And you know what? Just come in, talk to us. We love when people wander in and say, I've always wanted to be involved in an animal rescue, and I've always wanted to help, but I didn't know how. And we love just kind of sitting down with them and figuring out, what are your skills? What do you do for your day job? How can we fit you into, what the animals need and get you involved? So that's fun for us.
And also, if someone is really worried about that they have to submit their animals, could they come by the store and talk to you about it?
Oh, absolutely. We have so many people that come in, and I should have mentioned this before, but a lot of rescues and a lot of shelters have age limits, or age minimums, I guess I should say, on volunteers and things like that. We were started because of a 10-year-old girl, so it would kind of be hypocritical to say that children can't be involved. And we absolutely love working with kids. We have parents come in with their, 7, 8-year-old child, and they say they absolutely love animals. Maybe for some reason the parents can't have them. And the kids get to, work either hands-on, or we have them bagging food or doing other necessary things. So we're huge about the education and kind of involving younger kids and really everybody. But I have one volunteer that's coming to mind right now. It's a father that comes in with his son, and I think the son is maybe 11 or 12, and they can't have animals in the house because the mom is really, really afraid of them. But the cool thing, I've spoken to the mom a couple of times. She's come in and she's come to events, and it's very cool for us because A, she is not allowing her fears to transfer onto her son, and B, she is now opening up a little bit more to the idea of animals. And so we've had an opportunity to work with her son and also with her. And so every time we see her, she gets a little bit closer to the dogs, and she sees her son interacting safely with them. And it's just a really, really cool experience. So we love to do that. We love to, shift people's mindsets and show them that, A, they can be involved, and B, they don't have to be afraid.
Wow. I mean, just the scope of all of the services and resources you provide, it's amazing because, at first it was, we save animals. But no, you have explained and talked about so many different aspects of the impact that you have in the community that goes way beyond just animals. And that's why when you mentioned that Christy wanted it to be the holistic approach. It's really that, and I love the name Hearts Alive Village because it really takes on what you're doing. You have created a village of caring that crosses many different sectors. You're looking after veterans, you're looking after seniors, you're looking after animals. So I can see this just exploding. So once again, I want you to give us where the store is, your telephone number, and your domain name, the website, because I know that people out there, the many animals out there, they're going to need your services, but I think they want to support your cause. I'm already thinking about giving you the crazy things I have, But tell them again how to reach you and contact you because they need to.
Okay. So the store is 1750 South Rainbow Boulevard, unit number 4. The store phone number is 702-870-0065. Our website is havlv.com. You can also email us at info@havlv.com. We are on Facebook as Hearts Alive Village Las Vegas. We're on Instagram, which that's actually my absolute favorite social media platform because I get to put up pictures of our adorable animals with really obnoxious quotes. So I look forward to doing that. But that is, I believe it's Hearts_Alive_Animal_Rescue. So you can, reach us any of those ways. We love to hear from people, even if you just want to send us a random picture of your dog or cat or bunny, whatever. We love it. And you know what? We just want to get more people involved and keep building our village. And,
I know. Yes, absolutely. That's why, I just love the name Hearts Alive Village, and that's truly what you have created. This has been a really great experience, and I hope a lot of people reach out to you. It's been very informative, and I want to thanks for coming on the show and sharing everything you're doing and what the organization is doing and how the whole community is benefiting from just the organization that's only 2 years old. It's amazing that you've been able to accomplish so much in such a short time. Thank you, Sheryl, for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for allowing me to be at your conference last week. That was an eye-opening experience, and we're already implementing some changes.
Oh, fantastic. I'm going to take that part and put it up on my website. That's your testimonial. Okay, this has been another informative show. Did you know you can listen to all of our shows on YouTube? Yes, visit the Philantrepreneur channel to access our full archive of past shows. Help us continue to provide quality programs to build capacity in the community. Your support is needed. Please visit thephilantrepreneur.com/support and make a direct donation today, or join our WeShare community to work together. Join us for our next show, where we will greet another great guest with tips and insight for your success. And in the meantime, we ask, are you a philantrepreneur?
Thank you for tuning in to the Philantrepreneur Radio Show, hosted by Dr. Victoria Boyd. Get involved. Follow us on Facebook and other social media outlets. If you wish to share comments or suggestions or appear as a guest on our show, visit www.thephilantrepreneur.com. Contact Victoria Boyd. Email her at theboyd@thephilantrepreneur.com. The Philantrepreneur Radio Show is a production of and sponsored by the Philantrepreneur Foundation, a 501c3 tax-deductible organization.